Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We are back for round 4, or sort of week 4 of our regular series at the moment. And yeah, round 4 of our World Touring Car Cup with the at Croft this week. The driver's briefing is just taking place at the moment. But yeah, we're still a good 6 minutes away from quali starting. I can switch over. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, Iris. Good to see you. Just waiting. I haven't actually checked how much ballast I have for this round. Still have 18 kilos. Despite the wreck, shall I just say, that was last week. Right, so the driver's briefing is done. So I'm going to go out for a couple of laps. As I've been mentioning last week in the run-up for this week, I've never raced around Croft. I've done some laps around here, but I've never done an actual race around here. Which I'm quite interested to get into, see how this track will race. Is quite an interesting layout. You've got these fast corners at this end of the circuit, not quite flat out. And get into this very technical to the lap. Finishing off with this hairpin. Just feels like the car doesn't want to rotate around it, to be honest. Feels very cumbersome. Oh, that's a big lock up into turn 1. And despite not having done any races here before, I have not done any practice for today. Got one car exploring the grass. We'll get one more lap in here. I was a bit late on the brakes. A lot of smoke coming off front tires of the Scirocco in front. Yeah, front-wheel drive cars feel like they have more rotation through that hairpin. Yeah, I just don't feel like I have any front end grip. As a little overambitious. Well, qualifying is done anyway. Our qualifying practice is done. I have no idea what time I would have been on there for the final lap, since I started it after the session finished. I don't get any data for it. Hopefully that was enough. 16.6. That doesn't feel quite right. So it doesn't. I need to check. So should have 15 laps, so can get away with 15 liters maybe? Looking down here because my cat's here on a seat beside me. Unfortunately not in frame, but he is here. Or maybe drag him into the shot later on if he stays. So for quali, let's go 5 laps. Seemed like the right hand side tire pressures were low. So let's go for that. Oh no, cat's away. So that's it out then for the start of qualifying. We do have a full field of 30 cars this week. Gonna need to get a gap here. Having to be really patient here. Sun in the eyes a bit through the chicane. Is easy flat out. Car in front's not in a lap and thankfully takes to the grass to non-paid us. Like a mistake from someone going off into the grass. That's messy through the hairpin. First lap will be a 30.2. Oh, it just about kept a couple of wheels on the track there to not invalidate the lap. Fortunately, it does cost us a bit of time running over the grass. Finding some time through the right-handers there. Getting a lot of time on the exit of the hairpin too. So 7 tenths up, it'll be 29.5. Fastest time in the session so far, 27.9. So we're good 1.5 seconds off of it. Maybe a little early on the brakes there. A little wide of the apex there of the final right-hander. Finding a bit of time through the hairpin, quite a bit of time actually. About 3 tenths. Should have time for one more, or fuel for one more lap I should say. Better traction out of the first sequence of corners. But trying to avoid the grass, just put a bit of extra friction through the front of the car. Not carrying as much momentum down to this right-hander, but a little braver on the brakes, finding a little bit of time. Oh, finding good time through that sequence. Dropping a little bit of time in the hairpin, but still 3.5 tenths up. I'll put us into the 28s. And that is all our fuel for that run. Yeah, we're about a second off the top time now. And we'll go for another run. Tire pressure seemed pretty decent there. Gonna try and slot into this gap of the track. Five minutes left in the quali session. Feels like you have to wait forever for the car to turn through that hairpin. Car's queuing at the pit exit. Little bit of a slide there. Carrying more momentum through the chicane though. Even if I did take a little bit of grass on the exit, didn't seem to slow us down. A little deep into that right-hander. The smoke from the car in front's a little bit distracting. Nearly full lock round the final hairpin. Oh, that's designed a good line into the chicane. Thought that would have been too much of a cut, but it's allowed apparently. So finding a little bit of time so far. Didn't quite get the braking right there. Delta was momentarily green. That's deep. Nearly half a hundredth of a second would put us up one place. Probably the best first sector I've had so far. Let's try not to mess up this braking. Probably a slight bit too early, but carried good speed on the exit. Oh, a bit of understeer there. Ooh, found a bit of time through the hairpin. So 3 tenths up. 1 more lap. So yeah, that puts us into P8. Bit of a slide coming out of turn 1 there. Time has ran out. Oh, it's not a good start to this lap. It's going to be difficult to make up a 1/4 of a second here. I think there is a little bit of time on the table, but not that much. Oh yeah, even more understeer this time. Yeah, this lap isn't going to be an improvement, but to get to P, it wasn't too bad. I want to see if I can just get a quick practice start in. Yeah, that didn't seem too bad. Just to remind myself of, or making sure I've remembered what clutch and throttle I need for the start. I don't know if we're still waiting on someone. Let's have a quick click through. Doesn't look like it. No, it doesn't look like it. And there's the 2 stream cars. I've just noticed we are in a sea of BMWs from 5th to 9th. Because I was thinking, oh, you know, might make a place up on a front-wheel drive car. Nope, there isn't. Next one in front of us is 4 places up. And then we've got the front row. So yeah, that performance isn't too bad in the end. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna need 15 liters of fuel. There we go. We should get 14 laps in with the 20 minutes, and then it's plus 1 lap. I am just going to push this chair away from me now that the cat's decided to disappear. Chevy seems popular again. Yeah, there's a few people in the Chevy up and down the field. Might be the most popular front-wheel drive car. So it might be. Three minutes now before I start the race. I do want to call someone out. I said, but I've not been doing any practice. There's a practice server for this, and there's a tracker of all the best lap times from everyone and how many laps they've done on the server. This person, had done 49 laps on the latest update there was given for the leaderboard. So I think that's yeah, I think that just needs slightly recentered. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of wind, 13 kilometers an hour. Sounds like a private endurance session. 50 laps, yeah. Considering we're only doing 15 laps a race, that means in total we'll do 45 laps throughout the 1 hour of racing plus 3 laps when you combine the 3 races together. So that's like... an hour and 10 minutes? And when you're practicing, you're not going to be doing those laps just after each other. You're going to be stopping every so often. So that's like an hour and a half at least of practicing. Yeah, way too much for me. Just make sure you have the setup saved and double check it. Yep, everything looks good. Waiting for the lights to come. There they are. Shift up into first. Here they come. Just had nowhere to go there. I didn't expect to catch the front wheel drive cars. With how much, with them being a couple of rows up, but we still got side by side with them. Had to leave the car behind a bit of space on the inside because, whether intentional or not, they ended up trying to send it, and then they've driven into a rear bumper. Lucky we're not on fours, otherwise that would have been both of us sliding off of the track. Cars a little heavier with fuel now than they were in quali, of course. After that, car behind's dropped back quite a bit. In fact, I think they've had an instance. The names dropped off the leaderboard. Unfortunately, we've dropped back just a little bit from the cars in front, not too much though. Smoke from the front wheel drive cars getting in the way. Trying to see if we can close in on the car in front. A little bit wide there isn't going to help. Looks like we don't have the pace for the car in front of them though. It looks like the car behind is closing in on us too. Let's see the lap times of what's probably the first representative lap. Car in front was a 10th quicker. Also, did I see it just disappear somewhere? I think I just completely missed them falling off the track. Yeah, the car behind us was a 10th quicker. Practically matching our last lap time. Cars in front are going even quicker. Thankfully the car behind isn't. That does mean a little bit wide here. A little bit. Oh, that's a bad run through the chicane. It reset back to pits. That's odd. Yeah, but it looks like this might be a bit of a lonely race unless the car behind is able to catch up and put us under pressure. Looks like someone else has had to reset to pits as well. Sorry for the stream drop there for a moment. OBS just said it was reconnecting. The rear right tire's a little bit overpressured. maybe the rear left as well. Careful not to spin the car, trying to put the power down. Lost a bit of time in that final sector again. I'd like to set a new personal best here just to kind of reset the delta. Ooh, find some time through there. Still not enough to match the pace of the cars in front. But should hopefully help us hold on to P7 here, though that being said, the car behind did also set their own personal best that last lap. Was by 1/10.5 slower than us though. Oh, that inside curb. Just unsettled the car with a big bump. Fortunately, loses us a lot of time down here, as that whole section's just flat out. See, I see that lost us a second. Nice screen freeze. I just knew it to cover off the inside there with how tight I was into the corner, so I just didn't put the throttle down to open the door. Just, yeah, I'm keeping this door shut. Could try bringing the brake bias backwards just a little bit. Yeah, the BMW just feels so crap through that hairpin. Car behind was wide through turn 1. I like how you can see all the cars going down the start-finish straight. Looks like we've got lapped. Car in front of us. Thankfully we opened just a little bit of a gap to the car behind last lap. Looks like someone else has had to teleport to pits. That car pulls over. That's us through. Rear started to slide there. Again, the bumps on that apex just unsettling the car, costing a bit of traction. Oh, a big moment for the car behind. They'll be very glad they're in a front-wheel drive car, because if that was a rear-wheel drive car, that was going round. Three laps left in the race. Bound to the grass for the car behind. The lighting's beautiful. I'm glad it is. I'm going to take your word for it because I'm a little bit more focused on the driving. Why do I feel like I'm half the frames I should have through the hairpin that time? A little bit wide there into the gravel. Yellow flag's out. Back marker's gone. Lawn mowing. Someone's got to do it, I suppose. I don't know if in the middle of a touring car race is the best time to do it. Opened up a second now on the car behind. That's a low curb. Car behind's made a mistake and has dropped a few seconds back, but it is the final lap anyway. So that'll be P7 in the first race. Was nearly a bit of a lonely race, that one. Yeah, 7th, not too bad. Like our fastest sectors. All our fastest sectors not on our personal best lap, but they weren't too much better. It's about 400th, 400ths, 500ths, 300ths. That's just over a 10th. So our theoretical is a 128.5. So it doesn't seem like we had too much time in the... no, I want to take PSI out and then save the setup. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's sort of too much time on the table. So, with that, we will now have to switch servers. And we will have another qualifying session for 2 more races. One of which being a reverse grid race. Games. Having a little bit of an issue here. Maybe server might just not be up yet. I'll have to wait a little longer. Let's try again. Ah, yeah, it does seem to be working now. I'm actually just going to step away for a couple of minutes, so I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. And we're just waiting for the quali session to start. We're down to a 10-minute qualifying session this time. I felt like it should have been 10 minutes both times. Should also, before the quali begins, uh, 7 laps of fuel. Yeah, I think we're going to get about 7 laps. in quali. I did quite well here. Don't know if we're going to be waiting for the full 10 minutes or not, but we haven't in the past. Let's see. Still a couple of people yet to join, maybe. Also, it looks like for the second race we have a top 10 reversed grid. So we should be able to get ourselves into that top 10. Could make for a very interesting third race. Hopefully you don't bottle the second race like I have done for at least a couple of weeks. Welcome, Cora. We're just waiting for the second qualifying session to begin. We've already had the first race, of which I will not spoil in case you want to go back and watch. But yeah, just waiting for the qualifying for race 2 to begin here. So hopefully with practice starting, or quali I should say, starting any moment now. Right, here we go. A minute now till quali begins. I believe we're right at the back of pit lane, which is a little bit annoying. Got an alright position. I meant to mention in the previous race, when I did a one-lap race with the AI just to get the thumbnail, I had the time set a little bit later, I think. Must have. I at least had the weather system set differently. And the sun was even lower in the sky. You literally couldn't see a thing going through the chicane. Try and get a good launch out of the final corner. It was a little wide through turn 1. Car in front went off through the first couple of corners. Gonna try and grab a slipstream off them as they're pulling over to let us through. Yeah, I want to put the brake bias back slightly. Felt like a good run through the final section. Let's see what the time is. First time's 20:09, which isn't too bad. Oh, just a little bit wide there. The car nearly span. Don't know why I don't have a delta showing up. Apparently the app counted that lap as invalid, but the server counted it as valid. That's annoying. A little bit deep into here. That BMW's having a lot of issues. Oh, that's very poor. Ah, that was a cut. Yeah, knowingly I've got a delta now of that slow lap. Already over halfway through the session now. Good to know you can kind of get away with running wide there in the race. You don't want, ideally not to, but didn't lose much time. Right, so we should be able to get 3 more laps in. Remember, the delta at the bottom isn't accurate. Currently sitting in 10th, so I want to try and jump a couple of positions. Alright, let's see what this lap was like. 20 at 5 puts us in P7, that's good. A little bit wide there. Just delayed getting on throttle. But time is still matching the 28.5. Being a little braver on the brakes there. We'll have one more lap to try and improve. Just make sure we get a good exit, which we have done. That felt like a decent run through the first section. We've dropped down to P8. A little bit wide there. And then the rear end slid trying to put down the part. Time has ran out. 2 tenths down. Nah, I couldn't find the time. But still, it's where we qualified for the first race. So, kind of just seems to be where our pace is. Though we have got a slightly different mix of drop down to P9 now. So yeah, times from everyone else seem to be a little bit better as well than they were in the first session. Like our sectors, a little bit of time in sector 1, good 10th in sector 2. That would have jumped us a few positions. So we had 0.14 in the lap, which would have jumped us up to P7. But those are 2 front-wheel drive cars in front of us. So we should hopefully be able to jump our way to P7 off the line. Maybe we'll be able to hold P7 then from the front-wheel drive cars. Not sure. We could potentially jump the Chevy in 5th. Potentially. Let's make sure we put the fuel back in the car. And I want to bring the brake bias back. But yeah, if we could jump up to P7 and hold P7, we'd have 3 front-wheel drive cars in front of us for the second race, starting P4. So we could potentially be leading the third race. So we could be. So a couple of minutes before the second race begins here. Wind is down to, well, it said 11 kilometers per hour on the previous page. It says 7 now at the bottom of the screen. Starting on the inside this time. Here come the lights. Yeah, and that's the difference between front-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. Three wide. Oh, oh, come on. That's... Oh, and there's a whole bunch of steering damage. That was just stupid. I literally am struggling to turn left into the pit lane. And I'm this pit box right here. Welcome, Napa. You have just missed a very frustrating start. So now it's a recovery drive. Try and make up any places that we can. I was a little bit worried that car was just going to join right in front of us. Thankfully they didn't, and realised that I need to make a safe rejoin. Red car just laying us up the inside there. Had a look, wasn't really going for the move, wasn't close enough, but they left the door open and we nip on through. Another car out wide. And we'll get past them here into the left-hander. Looks like that car's peeling off to the pits. Oh, watch the rejoin there. Thankfully, the blue Seat there was being careful on their rejoin. Thought they were about to join a 90-degree angle, but they sort of strained the car up relative to the circuit and trundled along the grass to not join the racing line. Another yellow flag out. Looks like the car in front has had an issue. They were about 20 seconds slower in the last lap. They haven't been through pit lane, so they might have been the cause of that yellow flag that we've seen last lap. A little bit deep into the right-hander there, but got the car gathered up. in the slipstream heading down towards turn 1. Looks like we've a bit of straight line speed on them. We'll get to the inside. And yeah, we were just committing to a move there. Next car is about 9 seconds up the road. Car in front ran at 33.2 last lap. We were about 4 seconds quicker. And we had to get that overtake done into turn 1, which would have cost us a bit of time. You can see on our delta 2/10 up now. A little bit wide there. A little bit wider as well. Definitely closing up to the cars in front. So we have a 4-second gap, then another 4-second gap. A bit wide. Sort of following the dust the previous car had kicked up. So we have 2 cars within 6 seconds. In front. got a really good run here. And we'll get the move done nice and quickly. Six laps to go. Bit of a per first sector to this lap. Was a little bit slow through turn one, then just didn't have a great line through the rest of the section. Knowingly, once we pass the car in front, we've got a 9-second gap to the next car. And that gap is occupied by a couple of back markers. Yeah, 17th is about the best that we can do this race. The tire smoke is a little bit annoying. It's just sort of obscuring where the edge of the track is. We're on the back of them now. Oh gosh, they were very slow through there. Three minutes left in the race. So we should have 4 laps. I don't think we're quite going to be close enough for a move here. This is a very difficult section of the track to get a move done, since it's flat out, and then here it's just about flat out. So it's very difficult to pull the car to the inside of another car. Try and get a better launch off that right-hander, but it's not quite worked out. Never gonna outdrive the front-wheel drive car. round the hairpin. Oh, that's a big save. Full opposite lock. Yeah, already lost 1.3 seconds this lap. Got the run here. Should be able to get the move done now. Sometimes that's what it takes, just dropping back a little bit so you can carry the momentum through the corner without having to check up to not hit the car in front. Oh, that's a double front lock up. Not ideal. .12.5 seconds to the car in front. We'll definitely not be catching that gap. We're up to 15th. I didn't quite see where we gained another position, but we'll take it. And no, these cars don't have ABS. The server settings do have the assists turned on, so if you wanted to, you could run ABS, but I like running with the realism. I prefer the challenge. Nearly spun the car there. Gained by a second that last lap on the car in front. Not that it really matters. And also the next 4 cars in front of us are all lapped. So I would just make it extra difficult to try and chase down the car in front. This is the final lap. It's a new personal best on the final lap. Only about 200 slower than our quali lap. But yeah, P15. Disappointing, obviously, with where we started. But not much we can do about that. We were 50 seconds off the lead. So let's see. We have one BMW alongside us. Or no, I think they're going to be in the row in front of us, unfortunately. Then we have a few front-wheel drive cars that we might be able to beat off the line. Yeah, 15th isn't too bad having to make a pit stop too. I mean, like, even if you took out 20 seconds for a pit stop, that'd be P8. Yeah, it's about 25th to 15th. I think there was some more chaos with the front pack because I believe the 26th and 27th Chevys qualified on the front row in the first race. So it could be worse. Something must have happened. You can see the reverse grid there. What wheel? I have a Fanatec CSL DD with a McLaren GT3 V2 rim and the CSL pedals with the load cell brake. And actually, just yesterday, I think I can do this without issue. Just yesterday, I updated to you won't be able to really see, but I updated to the new quick release 2. So I did. And with it, I did also get this wheel. This is the P1 rim. Got myself a round rim for rally stuff and such. I've been using it a bit. It's good fun, nice to have a full round rim instead of relying on a butterfly-shaped wheel. And it's also nice to have the new quick release. It's much nicer and much easier to take the wheel on and off. I feel like it doesn't. I feel like the old quick release, since it was circular, it lost a little bit of detail through like sliding. Whereas this because it's based on more of a square, you know, it just feels like there's a lot less chance of just it's slipping ever so slightly when rotating and losing detail. So yeah, that's quite cool. We're not too far from start of the race here. Hopefully this one will be cleaner. Just got a G27 last week. Nice. Fix that text. There are the lights now. Gonna be 3 wide down towards turn 1 here. One car shot off to the left. just getting done around the outside. Had to be careful not to run into the cars in front. Oh, they're backing up quite a bit. That's not per nose into that corner. Car on the outside, those go onto the grass. A little bit wide through the hairpin. I'm glad this car here showed some great awareness to back out and avoid running side by side as we pass the spun BMW. Oh, they nearly got taken out by the car behind. So we're up to P9. Still fighting behind, which should hopefully thus maybe try and push on to catch the cars in front. Bit of a gap though has formed. Oh, a little bit deep into that first right-hander. .997. We were compromised through this first sector. So you can see they're gaining nearly half a second. Do you have a car behind us? Looks like a Chevy. That might try and put us under pressure. I think I judged those couple of corners very well that time. Second up on our lap, so this is going to be a 28.6. Certainly closing down the gap to the cars in front as they continue to fight a bit. Thanks for stopping by, Napa. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Sure, I'll go out very wide there in front. Once again, smoke is just being little bit distracting, making it more difficult to know where to place the car exactly. Still gained about 4/10 on the Scirocco that lap. Take a little lift there just to make sure the car didn't spin. Wasn't the grace line through the chicane. Have it slightly opened the gap to the car behind too, which is nice. Just getting onto the grass into this left-hander. Little bit of a lock up there. Cost me a bit of time, allows the Chevy to close up. This could be a close battle for the rest of the race. A bit of a lock up there. Not ideal. But yeah, we are a little bit quicker than Scirocco, but we do have to find a way past while the Chevy behind us is also putting pressure on us. Scirocco takes a very different line through this right-hander. Kind of followed the Scirocco into a mistake. It was too tight through that right-hander and I just followed it over the apex curb. Scirocco was a little bit wide. I just don't have the turning. Oh, that's frustrating. That's really annoying. That bump felt exaggerated. But it certainly came off worse. Yes, wanted to avoid mounting the curb like that. Oh, that cost me a good second and a half. And then the Scirocco runs wide and lets them through in like 2 laps. I've just about had it with this series. They're impossible to see through that smoke. Like, if there was a spun car there, we'd just drive straight into them because you couldn't see. Why are you weaving across the track? I also love how an AM car is defending harder against a pro car than it did to another AM car. Thankfully they let us go here and hopefully slow up the car behind a little bit, but it doesn't look like it. Car behind is quicker. Their fastest lap is a 28.1. So we're going to be defending for pretty much the rest of this race. Just about fended that one off. That car is a lap down, that's off in the runoff. Again, just holding that inside line. Three laps to go, including this one. Little bit wide. There. Chevy a little wiser to us, just hugging the inside this time. Not running into the back of us has allowed them to stay much closer. We have to defend up here once again. Chevy had a run on the outside, but couldn't hold it round the outside. Last lap. Lapped car going slowly. Thankfully, the Chevy's a couple of car lengths back, as that bounce off the curb definitely cost me a bit of momentum coming out of the right-hander. I nearly lost that just because the BMW can't turn around the final corner. Ah. That was a little too close for comfort. We'll look at the lap times. Had, what was that? Nearly 800ths in the final sector and a good 10th and a half in the first. So that could have been a 28.3. Yeah, hard fought P9. I probably could have been P8, maybe P7, looking at the gap between the two there. Had I not been caught behind the Scirocco for as long. And that had I not lost the place to the Chevy. Trying to get past them. But yeah, that was... I mean, that race could have been so much more if it wasn't for the incident in race 2, but unfortunately there's nothing that we can do about that. So, with that done, as we always do at the end of streams, we'll do a bit of Art of Rally. We'll just do the daily event tonight. We'll leave the weekly event for later, either tomorrow or Thursday, pardon me. So, let's have a quick look. It's the first time we've been on since last week. So let's have a quick look at the weekly leaderboard from last week. Finished 28th in the top 5%, better than we have done the past few weeks, except for that week towards the start of September. So not too bad. As I mentioned, we'll do that at a later point. The stream has run a little bit longer than expected already. We didn't run on Saturday. It was Thursday we ran. We got 50th, top 20%, a little further down than I'd normally like. So let's see what we can do today. We've got a Group 3 car. at Finland, a short 2 mile stage. I think I know the stage a bit. My mind is blanking on this one. Yeah, this is definitely the stage that I was thinking of. Of a tarmac section finish off. Yeah, very short stage at only 2 miles. So there's the finish already, 126.8. Puts us down in 37th. I thought that was a better run than that, to be honest. Thought we would have been a little further up. There wasn't any mistakes. It felt clean. So yeah, that's actually a bit surprising. There. So it is. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's stream. I've been going for nearly 2.5 hours already. Yeah, unfortunate the way the racing went. There was still some mostly good racing. Just still a bit frustrating the way the results go. It's stage 1-1, basically. Everyone practices. Yes, I remember. That's why I remember the stage a bit, because I know there was a friend that was said a couple of times in Order of Rally, and it's like, I'm just going to go and beat it. And that was one of the stages. And they were like half a second slower, and they were like doing a load of attempts to try and beat me. So yeah, that's why I remember that stage. Yeah, I'm surprised to be that far down. So yeah, this was the racing tonight. There was quite a few good battles. It's just clouded a little bit with that incident at the start of race 2 and not getting in the reverse grid again. Try not to worry about that too much. There's not much we can do there, but yeah, that uh was mostly enjoyable. Yeah, mostly enjoyable. Um, we'll take the results. We'll move on to next week. As I quickly check. Should think about the rest of this week. What do we have coming up? Tomorrow we have the Genetic Cup at on ACC at Silverstone. It's going to be a wet Silverstone. Then on Thursday we'll have the GT4 Cup on ACC as well. That will be at Zolder, and it'll also be a wet Zolder as well. So a couple of wet races coming up. Hopefully they will be interesting. And then on Saturday, I'm hoping to get some time to run all of the Pikes Peak cars that were submitted for last Saturday past event. Of course, we had 9 people run cars up the hill. There were 10 cars submitted for the event, a couple of which weren't run on Saturday. So I'm going to run all of them up sort of to take the different drivers out of the equation, see which, if there's any, just sort of generally see how quick the cars are, how good they are. Yeah, and give those that didn't get a run up, weren't chosen for Saturday, a bit of a showcase. Um, so yes, Barry will be making a return. Um, we'll also see a certain police SUV, I think you might know of, Varys, running up as well. So yeah, that should be on Saturday. It'll be a little bit earlier if it does, as I do have to work a little bit later in the evening. And then we'll be back next week with the racing series, starting with the World Touring Cup as always on Tuesdays. We'll be at Mid Ohio next week, so that should be interesting. Of course, the track we've become a little more familiar with recently, being in the most recent Forza. Um, it looks better than it drives. We'll have to see about that. We'll see about that. To be fair, it does weigh what, 1900 kilos. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. No matter what you do, when some of the other cars are 400 odd kilos. um, yeah, and the next like heaviest car is 1200 kilos. Yeah. But yeah, I was saying next week we'll have Mid Ohio to start out. Um, with the touring cars. That should be fun. A track we've been getting used to on Forza. And yeah, that is the plans. So as say, that's going to do it for today's stream. Hope you have all enjoyed. Thank you all for being here. Iris, Cora, Napa, as Kiki also popped in for a little bit. So yeah, good to see you all here. Hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully you all enjoy the rest of your evenings and have a good start to Wednesday, and hopefully see you tomorrow. If not, maybe later on in the week. But yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.